Hello to all you beautiful people listening to me right now. Welcome back to the Consciousness Express podcast. If you don't already know, I'm Sam Berry, your host, and welcome to another episode. Yeah. How are you all feeling? How's the last week been for you? Have you had time to enjoy your life? Have you included joy? Done something nice for yourself? For your body? I hope you have. Hope life's treating you well. Last week I spoke on showing up for yourself. That was last week's topic, and I said in the podcast, I said, what's one thing, when you're having those days where maybe you're not feeling the best, maybe you're feeling sick, maybe your body's not that great, or maybe just mentally you're having one of those days, and I said, on those days, just choose one thing that is showing up for you. And well, today doing this podcast is my showing up for me. My body's been a bit run down today, so just been taking it easy. And I was like, all right, what can I do? I can do the podcast because I couldn't possibly let you guys go longer without the episode. Like, how rude would that be? I'd have my inbox spammed, obviously, of the upset, the drama of it all. But no, this is me showing up for you guys and showing up for myself today. So, today I want to talk about managing your emotions and, giving you guys some information to potentially help you if you do struggle with emotions, if you do feel like your life is an emotional roller coaster you just can't seem to enjoy, and you're looking for some more ease, or you really just struggle with your emotions, then listen up, take a seat, or continue doing what you're doing. Maybe you're driving, maybe you're doing some chores around the house, maybe you're eating on the train, whatever it is. I want to give you guys some helpful information so that you can navigate your emotions with some more ease and enjoy the process of them all. Because, it's not wrong to be on an emotional roller coaster. And a lot of people, when they can't seem to control their emotions, or they feel like one second they're happy, the next they're sad, it's easy to go into self-judgment. And that does nothing to contribute to anything. So it's not wrong. It's just a journey of learning new tools, doing different modalities, and learning yourself more and your own emotions more so that you can navigate the weather with more ease. So one of the first things is, and this is, I believe maybe I've already spoken about this tool, which is a tool of access consciousness, which is who does this belong to? But 98 to 99% of your thoughts and emotions and feelings are not yours. So for the emotions and feeling side, because that's today's topic, so much of what we believe are our emotions are not actually ours. We are picking up everyone else's stuff around us, and especially too when we're very close to some people, maybe our partner or our family or our friends, our circle. But it can just be people that you are around, that you walk by. But you pick up so much of their emotions, and a lot of people that are empaths struggle big time with emotions because they're so sensitive to the energies, and then they take it on. And there's also the people that choose to be a savior and need to save everybody and save the world, and so taking on other people's emotions is a way that they go about trying to save the world. So if they can take the sadness away from other people and then deal with it themselves, and that's their way of contributing. And well, it's like, when you try to take something away from somebody else in order to heal them, you're being superior because you're going, oh, you have a problem, therefore I'm going to take it away from you because I can help, when they haven't asked for help. It's being superior, and they need to go through it themselves. They need to learn themselves. If people want help, they'll reach out for help. It's one of the lessons that we need to learn. A lot of people don't want help. There is a lot of people that don't ask for help when they do need help. And that's why in that regards, it's always good to check in on your close friends and family to see how they are. But a lot of people don't want help, and a lot of us that try to be saviors, we take that position of, well, I can help you. Let me help you. And if someone hasn't asked for help, majority of the time they're not going to receive your help. Like, how many times have you tried to help someone and they've just done the opposite thing, or they've gone, fuck you, why are you trying to help me? Because they haven't asked. But yeah, so 98% to 99% of our feelings and emotions are not ours. So we have to ask questions like, okay, is this mine? Is this my sadness? Is this my anger? Is this my guilt? Who does this belong to? And you don't need to know whose it belongs to. It's just getting you to that space where you go, oh, actually, this isn't mine. Okay, return to sender with consciousness attached. But how many times do you actually ask if the emotion you're feeling is actually yours? Versus you just buy it as your own because, well, it's in your body. Like, it's you're feeling sad, so it must be yours. Couldn't possibly be your mum's sadness. Couldn't possibly be someone else's sadness. It has to be yours, because as soon as you go, I'm sad, then you identify with it, and then your brain will go, yeah, we are sad because of this, this, and this. It'll make up anything to validate why you're sad and make it your own. So a tool that can help free us from so many of the feelings and emotions that are not ours is the tool from Access Consciousness of who does this belong to. So that we don't have to lock in all these feelings and emotions to our bodies that are not ours. So that's tool number 1, guys. The tool of who does this belong to. Ask that for your feelings and emotions. You can use it for everything, but obviously today's topic is managing your emotions. So check in, when you're angry, okay, is this my anger? Is this my anger? Because it might not be. And if it is, well, cool. Don't be in judgment of it. Okay, cool. What is this? Do I need to do something with its energy? What can I do with its energy? Be in question. Okay. Generally anger is a potency that you're covering up with anger. And 2, if you're angry at somebody else, usually it's because a lie has been told. So, yeah, then we've got to go on the journey of, okay, expressing that anger in a way that isn't detrimental to our body and detrimental to the people around us. And there's obviously, like, you could journal, you could scream in a pillow, you could go for a run, do boxing, yell, if it's to do with another person. It's like, have an open heart. If you're angry, sad, or whatever it is, with the emotion, open your heart while you have the emotion. Keep your heart open. As soon as you close down, you shut off your receiving and you lock in the anger. If you're feeling angry, open your heart. It can dissolve it so much quicker. It can allow you to just be that energy that is required in that moment, the anger, and then it can go. So many of us close down in the process of our emotions, and it doesn't allow the emotions to flow with ease. It doesn't allow us to just be the emotion for however long the emotion is, and then that's it. So we have to have this practice of opening our heart in every moment. There's a quote by David Data, which it's similar to this. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's it's something like a moment closed is a moment wasted, which basically is like practice opening your heart in every moment, no matter the discomfort, no matter the pain. Practice opening, because that's living. So yeah, we got practice opening your heart. Use the tool of who does this belong to. Don't judge your emotions. You're not wrong if you're angry or sad or whatever. A lot of people will actually make you wrong for being happy. I don't know if you've had it before, but you're really happy and you're being you, and then someone's like, "Are you okay? You on drugs? What's wrong with you?" Because in this reality, well, it's the right thing to do is be miserable, like the rest of the people. And when you're not miserable, it's like, well, what's wrong with you? Why are you not suffering like the rest of us? And then you go, oh shit, something must be wrong. I shouldn't be this happy. And then we turn down the happiness in order to be miserable like the rest of the people, which does nothing to contribute to creating the misery on the earth. So be your joy, be your happiness, and don't turn it down for anyone or anything. Turn it up. I do want to talk about today too some masculine and feminine stuff, like the energies of masculine and feminine. To do with emotions and feelings. So a feminine identified person, this can be a male or female, doesn't matter. The feminine is identified with feelings. That's feminine energy. Feelings is feminine energy. When you're feeling, you're in your feminine. And so for the feminine, feelings are what's true. The truth of the moment is how the feminine feels. Doesn't matter about anything else. Doesn't matter about what happened 5 minutes ago. Doesn't matter about the facts. It's how she's feeling in the moment. And so the feminine, a part of the feminine needs to learn to embody the full spectrum of emotion through her body to be able to express each emotion as it's there. Because the more responsive the feminine can become, the more sensitive she is to the energies, the more she can use her body to express emotion in every moment, to reflect back to the masculine, his consciousness or unconsciousness. And because the masculine is identified with consciousness, with nothingness. So when the masculine is expressing emotion, he's in his feminine. But if it's a masculine identify, I'll do it into male and female just because most of the time the masculine embodies as the male body, the feminine to the feminine body, but it can be vice versa. It doesn't fucking matter. Just because I don't want to be saying every fucking thing right now to describe it, I'm just going to be going male and female. But if it's different to you, apply it to your own unique situation. The more identified the man is with the masculine, the more empty he's going to be, because the masculine identifies as nothingness. So the masculine loves doing nothing, like the sense of nothingness. Stillness, nothing going on. Going fishing and not talking and doing nothing. Playing video games. Sitting on the couch. That, for the masculine, it's like getting the thing done to get to that nothingness. That's where the masculine is at home in. Whereas for the feminine is at home in fullness, in love. So for a feminine identified female, the idea of nothingness, it's boring. She could probably do it for a little bit, but then it's like, okay, no, I need something. Give me something. Please, give me something. Give me some sort of reaction, some sort of emotion, please. I need it. So where the fuck was I going with this? Yeah, so like to bring this up to give you guys more awareness on what's actually occurring, especially in relationship. The more developed the masculine becomes, the more developed the feminine becomes, and obviously you've got to develop both. So for the masculine, he needs to learn to develop his feminine, so that he can, in terms of example of emotions, can feel his emotions, can express his emotions, can move his emotions, and not suppress them or hide them or judge them or resist them or have outbursts of build up of the anger or whatever it is, the emotion. He would develop his inner feminine to be able to navigate his emotional world when required. The feminine would develop her masculine to be able to be a container for her own feminine, for her own emotions. Because if the feminine hasn't developed her masculine enough, she won't feel safe to go to the depth of the full spectrum of her emotions, because she doesn't feel safe within to hold herself in the emotions. So then if she's in like a healing circle, she'll probably feel safe because there's a container, but she hasn't got the container within herself to do it. So she's got to develop the masculine side. And then in a partnership, obviously, okay, if the person that is sharing the feelings is the person in the feminine. So the female can obviously be like, sharing their feelings, blah, 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 and the feminine, the masculine, if he's being in his masculine, would hold the space for the feelings, for the share. And then when the masculine would like to share his feelings, well, then he's going into his feminine. So then a great thing for the feminine partner to do would be to drop into her masculine so she can hold space for his feelings. So a good thing that you can do in communication relationship is go, hey, I need to talk. As the masculine partner, hey, I need to talk later. I just want to share 10 minutes, an hour, like you've got later today, so that the feminine can go, if she's very feminine identified, she can go, okay, cool. He needs me to be my masculine, so he can be in his feminine. Cool, I can drop into that space for him. But if it's just sprung on them and they're not ready, then it can be a bit to deal with. And yeah, the masculine, for the masculine dealing with emotions, they take a bit longer to process and they take a bit longer to be able to, because if they're very identified with their masculine and they're switching to their feminine and they don't do it that often, it can take a bit of time. So the feminine needs to have allowance of that. Like, okay, I can't expect him to give me an emotion right now because I've just told him this thing and now I'm expecting an emotion from him right now when his nature is nothingness. And for the masculine, it's go, okay, cool. Hey, I can't give you a response right now. I just need a bit of time. I need an hour. I need 20 minutes. I could 3 hours, or I need till tomorrow and I'll come back. Give her that structure that, okay, in 3 hours, I'll come back and I'll share. So that she knows, so she can feel safe within to go, okay, cool, he's going to share. He's going to give me something. She needs to have the allowance of him having time to process his emotions. not every guy is going to be able to go straight away and go, yeah, this is how I'm feeling right now, because a lot of males aren't identifying with their feelings, because that's the feminine. The feminine is identifying with their feelings. And then, in a partnership, if one is very, very if one's really identified, the female is very identified with the feminine, the male is very identified with the masculine, then what tends to happen is, well, the masculine's sitting at home in nothingness, the feminine is the fullness, so then the feminine becomes his content. So how she's feeling is how he feels. When you go, as the feminine partner goes, oh, what do you think about this? How do you feel? The guy would go, good, I guess. Like, how do you feel? Because you're his content. You're responsive. Like, you're the... Yeah, you become his content. He'll become sensitive to your heart, and you become his content. Not saying that he won't have his own content. It's just when the masculine's very identified the masculine, he's going to want to be in nothingness a lot of the time, and you're going to be wanting to be in fullness. But yeah, when you are... I'm just getting my water bottle, guys, because I'm a bit thirsty. But yeah, as a feminine, you can't be demanding your masculine partner to be giving you emotions all the time. It becomes abuse, because he isn't identifying with feelings like you are. Where you're like, how do you feel? Tell me now. Tell me now. It's not fair. So you have to have that allowance. And hopefully I'm gifting you guys some more awareness to like navigate relationships a bit easier between this masculine and feminine dance with the emotions. And yeah, it's that practice of opening your heart. So when you're angry, because you do your inner work. When you're in partnership, that is one of the deepest spiritual practices you can do. You're healing the wounds. You're doing the things to heal your wounds and triggers and traumas. And the more that you do that, obviously the more liberated you become from them, then the more you can be sensitive to the moment, and for the feminine, be responsive to the moment. So when the masculine's unconscious, you feel that, and it hurts because he's unconscious, and you rip his head off, for an example. And when he's conscious, you praise him for it. But the more you teach your body to become responsive to consciousness and unconsciousness. And it comes from an open heart. So when he does something unconsciously and it pisses you off and you're angry about it because you love him so much, that anger is from love. It's different from being closed down in resentment or something like that, because you haven't expressed yourself in the moment. When he has done something in the past and then you didn't express yourself in that moment, and then it happened again and happened again, and you let it build up and it built up this resentment, and now you're closed down about it, and then you're fucking pissed off, and now you're raging at him. It's a different space. It's a different thing to if you had been responsive in the moment. Learn to be responsive in the moment. Okay, ouch, this hurts. Like, I'm pissed off at you. So I love you so much, and you're not being conscious about what you're doing. Because you care. You have the open heart. You care. If you're sad, it's because you care so much. Your heart, you can feel it. So we have to, when there is those triggers and wounds that do then make us feel an emotion, and then we project, we have to become conscious of that, because it's a different energy to being open-hearted to then being closed-hearted, and being that emotion for when you're angry because you've built up resentment and you're angry at him, well, that isn't contributive as if you were angry about him from an open heart in the moment because of how he was being in that moment. You would be reflecting to him in that moment his unconsciousness, where the other one is you're reflecting out your inability to have been able to express yourself in the moments prior to that build up moment. So I hope that fucking made sense. So yeah, and the masculine's got to develop the ability to be sensitive to his feminine partner so that he can feel her. And then obviously his own feminine sides that he can express and share and navigate his emotions. But the feminine, yeah, learning to use her body as an instrument for love and feel and embody the full spectrum of emotions. And that is like the weather. It's changing all the fucking time. So you might be angry now and then 10 seconds later crying with joy because you're willing to be that open. You're willing to be that heart open. You're willing to be that sensitive through your body that you can feel emotions and just be it. There's no wrongness about it. There's no need to hide it. Yeah, you allow yourself that joy, that gift of being the full spectrum of emotion because it's the feminine energy is the weather, the ocean. It's life, it's the world, it's energy, it's love, it's everything happening. The masculine is the nothingness that everything comes from. It's consciousness, it's stillness, it's death. It's a container for the feminine. So yeah, if you're a feminine identified person listening to this, it's not wrong to feel like you're batshit crazy and your emotions are all over the shop. Express them with an open heart. Express yourself in the moment with your open heart. If you don't feel like you can be the full spectrum of emotion in your relationship because your partner can't handle it, then is that the person you want to be with? What can you guys do to change it? Is he willing to do the work? The masculine's got to be willing to hold the space for the full spectrum of the emotion of the feminine too. He has to do the work. He has to do the work to navigate the ocean of the feminine. She has to do the work to be able to embody the ocean and be the ocean. So yeah. And then the more you can have an open heart when you're feeling, the more you can dissolve the past hurt and the more you can be the energies in the moment without it having to linger and it hang around and hurt your body. So, what else have I got for you? Not making emotions significant, creating story about them, because as soon as you make them significant, they now have power over you and they can control you and you're at the effect of them. Just be the fucking anger, be the sadness, be the guilt, whatever it is, for that moment with an open heart. And then, if you're being from an open heart, then it won't linger on. But if you're not being from an open heart, then, well, it probably will linger on. And probably your masculine partner will call you out on it too, if he's really in his masculine, because he'll feel that you don't have an open heart. You can also see your emotions as clouds. So when they come, see it as a cloud. Okay, there's anger. Is it mine? Do I need to do anything with it? If so, what can I do with it? That's another way. Or you can just let it be there, embody the anger in the moment, and then let it go. But yeah, doing healing sessions like Reiki, Access Bars is great if you feel like you're very emotional, cranky, stuck on an emotional roller coaster. That helps clear out what's not yours. Journaling, exercising, sex, whatever it is. Meditating is a masculine practice too. So for the feminine, she will drop into a masculine to meditate, but it can help her be the space to see the emotions. Alcohol, giving up alcohol fucks with your emotions a lot more than you probably are aware. So if you feel like your hormones are all over the shop, try giving up alcohol for a while. Because it does mess with the body and the hormones and the emotions. I'll speak personally on this. I gave up alcohol for 5 years and felt fucking amazing. And then I went back to it for about 2 years. Like, I'd have a drink every now and again, maybe a wine with dinner once every fortnight or something like that, or once a week. Or a cocktail every now and again, but I didn't drink much. But going back to alcohol and having those rare occasional drinks, I felt the difference back with my emotions. I felt like, oh, I'm back on this emotional roller coaster. That I'm like up and down, up and down. And then I started this year, I stopped alcohol again. I haven't drank this year since the very start of Jan. And again, I feel like my emotions, I'm back to that calmness. When they're there, but I don't feel like I'm up and down uncontrollably. So, yeah, maybe look into alcohol consumption if you do drink alcohol. And what else? I think that's it, guys. I hope I actually gave a fucking tool to use that you can work with. But yeah, 90, who does this belong to? Don't judge your emotions, because if you judge them, then they stick. Open your heart through all emotions. If you're sad, be sad. Open your heart through it. Don't close down, because the closing down doesn't help you. Find ways to channel your emotions, whether that is running or exercise or journaling, or maybe it is sex. You're angry and you have sex and you let yourself be that anger, because then you can make love to the anger, for example, or make love to the sadness, which is when you can do that, it's pretty transformative. Be in question and enjoy the fucking process. Enjoy the fucking process. If you're feeling angry, just be fucking angry. With an open heart. With an open heart. But yeah. Next week I have the Wilds of Consciousness call Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to come along on the journey of consciousness and receive some cool... Well, you get to be a part of the lives and get access to all the recordings. I do invite you. And yeah, how does it get any better? I will see you guys, or you will hear me, next week. So until then, have a beautiful time. Goodbye.